All right, let's look to see what happens when two countries are looking at an example where their price might be different from the world price. So here we have Canada. I don't know if you knew that's how you spell Canada. They pronounce it Canada. And here is the red, white, and blue USA, each letter written in red, white, and blue. So let's suppose that here are their individual domestic supply and demand curves. And based on other countries selling throughout the world, this right here is the world price for steel. What happens? Well, in this example, what we would see is that in Canada, the amount of steel supplied would increase dramatically. That their producers are going to increase the amount of steel produced. All right? Their consumers are going to consume less steel, so there'll be less steel consumed in Canada. And so they are going to become an exporting country. And what you'll see is that their total surplus will increase and that they will get not just consumer surplus and producer surplus, but they'll get this triangle here, which are the gains from trade. So as an economy, they are better off by engaging in international trade. Well, let's look at the U.S. Well, the U.S., because that price of steel drops dramatically, consumers' coin demand is going to increase a lot. Whereas producers are going to produce less steel because they can't compete. These producers here can't compete at that lower world price. And so the U.S. will become an importing country of steel. And what we'll notice with them is they will also, as a country, become better off because they get this triangle here, which is gains from trade. And so their total surplus increases. And so when we talk about can trade make two countries better off, here's an exact example where that's the case. So in this case, Canada will be selling more steel to the U.S. Well, if that's the case, is how can this come back to benefit Canada? Well, in this case, the U.S. can use that steel to produce airplanes and then sell it to Canadian companies at a lower price than they could otherwise because they're able to purchase the steel at a much higher price. And so that's what's going to happen with these countries when we have a different world price than the domestic price.